Yo, what's going on, peeps? It's your boy Sing from South ENT, man, and we back in here with another episode of South ENT Reacts, man. One thing I learned, man, from doing this whole media thing is that you can build a brand for decades, man. But if your customer base starts to feel like you're getting disconnected from them, then things can unravel real fast, man. Today we're gonna be talking about this whole Essence situation. Former CEO Caroline Wanga is reportedly suing for like $400 and some thousand for what she said is lost wages from this whole Essence debacle. You know what I mean? She's saying that she lost a whole lot of deals or whatever. But I actually think it's a bigger conversation to be had in all of this. And I think it is, can a cultural brand still survive once the people start to feel disconnected from it? So we're gonna talk about it, man. I'm gonna play some clips or whatever. I'm gonna come back to y'all what I think, and we're gonna rock out, man.
Well, now the Africans from Essence, they're fighting each other. You got to remember, they're not all the same people either. But they're fighting each other, and Caroline is saying it's all their fault, not hers. They've destroyed her image and ability to make money by making her take the fall when she wasn't the one involved with Essence Fest 2025. And I already told y'all that Caroline wasn't around last year. Yeah, she came out a while ago and told everybody she had nothing to do with it. That's why they had this woman right here out doing the press instead of Caroline. So Caroline is now suing Essence. She's suing Sundial. She's blaming them for not letting the people know that she was not the one running the show last year.
Now that's interesting to me, because if she telling the truth, imagine, watching your name get dragged across the internet, and you ain't even running the company no more. You know what I mean? Business wise, your reputation is currency. You know what I mean? And shoot, man, sometimes people don't always wait for the facts of a story. You know what I mean? And sometimes the internet, it decides who gets blamed before anybody can explain anything. You know what I mean? So I can kind of understand this part.
Blowout. Okay, so it says right here, I'm putting this up on the screen, for a deal with African Brain Trust. There was a deal for about $15,000 that she lost. She supposedly lost. It also reads that a deal with Neil Corporation, she lost a deal for $29,250. Dollar Tree, $40,000. Fashion Week, $15,000. Cedar Valley, $15,000. Phoenix Fashion Week, $15,000. TED Next, or TED Next, this was not a monetary one, but the global exposure, she said, was worth $100,000. Then there was Haiti Heritage Center, which she said that deal was lost, and that would have brought her in $20,000.
Wow, so you had African and Caribbean businesses and organizations lined up to pay Caroline to do exactly what, who knows? But they were all lined up to pay her tens of thousands of dollars, and everybody backed out following the bad publicity from the Essence Fest fallout last year. She even had deals lined up with American corporations too. Now, she came from Target. She used to be over their DEI program years ago, but she's been using her melanated status in America to act as a liaison between Black Americans and these American corporations like Dollar Tree and Target. They've been paying the big money to her. You peep that? But she lost all her deals with the American companies, the African-backed companies, and Caribbean companies. Everybody. She went down to zero.
So before the festival, her company Wanga Woman was making $400,000 annually. But after the fallout of the Essence Festival, that went to zero, according to the lawsuit paperwork.
All right, forget the politics. Let's talk business for a minute. A lot of people don't realize that relationships are worth money. You know what I mean? One controversy can make people pause, and it can stop a whole movement. You know what I mean? One bad perception can cost you opportunities. You know what I mean? And as somebody who's actually building something with this, with this whole South entertainment thing, I can understand that. You spend years building trust, and one controversy can undo all of that overnight. You know what I mean? So,
according to what she states in the lawsuit, is that Essence Festival earns more revenue than all of the Afro festivals around the globe. It earns the most. Essence Festival is the biggest, okay, festival, and it's just Black American alone, okay? That alone, Black America by itself, it generates that much money. Bigger, more money than all the other ones, okay? All the other Afro Fest, okay? Around the globe, hands down, okay? Everybody knows that. So when you put your hands into this and then you mess that up, or people believe that it was you that messed that up, they're looking at what they have, which is much smaller, okay? And they don't have the wiggle room to mess up. They don't have that kind of wiggle room. You're talking about all these different people. Like, hold on, like, wait a minute. Like, is your brand now? Is it going to tarnish what we have going on over here? We can't bring that failure over here because Black America is watching. And when Black America sees what this particular personality is tied to, and they don't like it, then we're not going to get the Black American support we need. So we might as well just back up out, because of all the support they need. If you're doing something in the United States of America with the United States Corporation or festival or anything, I think we're going to need Black America. And if you don't get Black America in it, if Black America does not like you, or you don't appeal to Black America in any way, shape, form, or fashion, it can be very damaging to our company. So they're like, absolutely not.
I think that the lesson here isn't who owns the culture, but I think that the lesson here is understanding your audience. People support brands that reflect who they are. You know what I'm saying? When people stop feeling like they are being represented, they start spending their money. You know what I mean? We seen this we seen it happen in music. We seen it happen with clothing brands, with TV shows. You know what I'm saying? Essence is just the latest example of that. You know what I mean?
That's why after this whole fallout, Dennis and the folks over there running the show, they're trying to pay a celebrity to help bring in support again. That's why they hired Teyana Taylor to make it look like she's a boss running the show. And because Black America has been very supportive of Teyana Taylor, a Caribbean woman, because of the support that she's been receiving from Black American women, they love her. That's why they cut the check to Teyana, to get Black women back in line with Essence. And I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work, especially when you're making the Hispanic woman the face of Essence this year. Yeah, they are crowning Cardi B as the Beyonce of Essence. Some big star that's supposed to make all the Black women run back and support the brand. And clearly, they're still not reading the room. And I'll just leave it there without calling Cardi B the bodega thought bucket, the sewer rat she is. Look, a lot is going on dealing with this, and I'm definitely going to keep you updated. But I just had to let you know that the Kenyan woman, she's fighting the Liberian man. It's a big fallout over at Essence. She is suing him, asking for all the money she lost after Black Americans blew up the spot last year. This woman lost all of her deals because everybody thought she was still in charge. So just know, when they try to tell you that they're not impacted by your dollar, or they don't care what Black America is talking about, just remember, men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Nah, this is where I disagree. Celebrities can help market a brand, but celebrities can't fix trust. Once that trust is broken, it's hard to get that back. You know what I mean? And people know when they being marketed to. People know when companies are trying to win them back. But I think that the real question here is, did Essence listen? Because if they didn't, ain't no amount of celebrity going to fix this issue. You got to rebuild trust in your audience, and initially your audience have been African American, indigenous American people, as I like to call us. You got to win that trust back. We don't, and when I say we, I'm just saying, Black Americans. We ain't trusting this situation. We ain't trusting this situation. So just because you put celebrities up here and had them saying this or that, we know y'all paid these people. And just being honest with you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are waking up now. We ain't really caring what these celebrities got to say, especially when we can't feel that it's genuine. Now, it's one thing if it's genuine, then yeah, we rocking with it. But we know most of these celebrities ain't genuine no more, man. So when they come on here trying to say this and say that, we know that they being marketed to. We know they done got a check, and they just trying to get us back on board. I don't think that's gonna get it no more. You got to get back into the mud, and you got to start back rubbing shoulders with your audience. And I think that's the fix for this. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do you think that Essence can recover from this? Do you think this is bigger than just one executive? Do you think, or do you think that this is just what happens when brands stop listening to the communities that made them valuable in the first place, man? Y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. But on your man Scene, it's been another episode of South ENT Reacts. Tap in, SouthENTmusic.com. We got merch, we got music. And until next time, man, peace.